criticizing like the communist witch hunt and comparing them to the Salem witch trials.
That's
So,
right.
like, what is your whole take on that as it was happening?
I felt it was a witch hunt. I just thought it was nonsense, and that it was a shame because so many people's lives were disrupted and they lost money. They lost their livelihood over it just because of this one egotistical man that.
Yeah, and
Where
to
he
me,
came from, I don't know.
no, to me, you know, I thought, how could this possibly happen in the United States?
Well, because we're afraid of communism.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why. Deaf broken. And she had me over her house.
Mhm.
Very, one of 7 children.
Mhm.
Very Irish Catholic family.
Mm.
And when she invited me over her house, and she was very nervous about it. And we walked in, and her mother said in her robe, "You're the first wasp I ever had in this house."
And you know what WASP means, right? White Anglo-Saxon.
Protestant. And she's never said, "I never thought I'd live to see the day a Protestant walked into my house."
Mm.
The Jewish were very prejudiced against too.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, well, I see in Passaic we had a lot of Jewish families, and I grew up with that, so I didn't see any prejudice. But there were a lot of people that would not vote for Kennedy because of him being a Catholic.
And was that fear of like, how was it perpetrated in the news? Like fear that he was going to pick the Pope over?
Well, that's what I think they felt because
Right.
I'm not Catholic, so I'm
Yeah.
only giving you what I think.
Yeah, or what you remember.
Yeah, I'm a wasp, right? But
or what you remember in the news.
yeah,
You know.
I think a lot of people didn't like it because of the association with the Catholics and the Pope. I think they felt the Pope had too much power.
Mm. And
That's
so,
yeah,
if the Pope called the shot, Kennedy would just toe the line
Right.
with whatever he had declared.
right.
Well, my parents voted for Kennedy.
Oh, did they?
Well, my father was very much a Union man, very democratic. He's very much a Democrat.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And
The unions
Yeah.
had a lot of influence back then.
Yeah.
And you know, to comment on that, my parents were Republicans, and even though my dad belonged to a union, they were, in fact, I can remember on election day, my parents would go before my dad went to work, and my mom would come home and say, "Oh, I was number 2 today that voted." So they were very much making sure you vote. And that's how I was with my children when they were home and when they were in college. Make sure you vote.